Good morning. It's a beautiful day. You should be outdoors. That's in fact why we've gotten you together. We looked at the weather forecast. We saw that it was going to be an absolutely beautiful day. We want to make sure that you have the opportunity to spend time catching some rays, getting your dosages of vitamin D, and actually having some fun in the middle of everything else that's going on. So we actually managed to be able to respond to some news in the broader marketplace that some of you have already seen on the website, that others of you might have already seen on CNBC with the exclusive footage of an interview with our dean, Dennis Hanno, that others of you might have heard on NPR with an interview with me, but most importantly is quite honestly about you. We don't have a football team, as you well know, and as Professor Len Green is deeply depressed about. But we do have T-shirts that say undefeated since 1919, and there are all sorts of abilities beyond athletics to be able to build school spirit. So we're just going to try one little cheer to make sure that we actually do understand what this is all about and where we're going. Do we have any of our cheerleaders here today? Oh, can I get some? Oh, yeah, there we go. So here's the question, and let's see if you can actually figure out the response, okay? So the cheer goes something like this. Who's number one? Oh, God, do you folks stink. Okay, so we're just going to keep doing that. We're going to keep doing this until you actually get it right, okay? Okay, so let's try one more time, okay? And we've got some marketing people who can coach quadrants of the community. And maybe Tiffany, we might use you to kind of help. Okay, so let's go again. Ready? Who's number one? Babson! Okay, very, very good. Okay, that represents the sum and substance of my contribution to this conversation today. Other than recognizing that not only are we ranked number one in the Entrepreneur magazine, Princeton review, analysis of 50 entrepreneurial programs around the world that were segued off of a list of 250. But in fact, the language that they used in their press release and the language that they used in the magazine really is the cause for celebration here, which is we've been number one at the undergrad level 13 years in a row. We've been number one at the grad level 17 years in a row. This is the only survey and ranking that looks at the overall programs in entrepreneurship across all degree platforms and across co-curricular life. The feedback was that our dominance of this category was absolutely and totally unprecedented in the 7-year history of this survey. And it is, by any stretch of the imagination, the most detailed survey of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial thought and action related programs that exists out there. So as well they should. They recognize everything that all of you have done, whether it's as faculty or staff or students, okay, to contribute to this place being an extraordinary place, which is becoming increasingly well known beyond the confines of 128 and 495, and is taking its rightful place in the world. The people who are largely responsible for working with you to make it happen are the folks who called you to the table today. Shahid Ansari, Provost and Dean of the Faculty, who's on an airplane to the Middle East to continue to spread the Babson word there, and sends his regards. But alongside Shahid and myself are the two deans who day in and day out make it happen. And so why don't we actually give it up for Dean Hanno and Dean Calafani.
Thanks, Len, and thanks to everyone for coming out on a beautiful day. So I just had the opportunity to be interviewed by CNBC. It was a great experience. My pocket is jingling here with text messages on my BlackBerry, and they're coming in every minute, including one that started off, "You stud," from all the way from Russia, as our students over there watched it live on TV in Russia, to a number of people, a number of alums who just said, "I happened to look up and see you and Babson on TV. It's incredible." I think the message is, and as I sat and listened to the interview, there was actually 3 people involved in it. I probably said the least because they said the most about us. They talked, even the commentator said, I knew somebody 15 years ago who went to Babson for entrepreneurship. So we have in the popular press out there, in the world at large, this reputation that is just so phenomenal that they spread the word for us. Another message came in and said it looked like a Babson advertisement, because if you saw it, there was a scroll across the bottom, Babson College, #1 in both. So it's just a phenomenal experience to be associated with a school that has that level of recognition and the ability to really lead the world in this area. The more I think about, it's almost on a weekly, daily basis sometimes, the good news comes in around here about things both in the classroom and outside the classroom. To me, it truly does seem like we are at what could only be described as a college of champions. A college of champions, and I'm proud to be a member of that team. So thank you very much.
Well, I have a two tough acts to follow, but I'll give it my best shot. At the graduate school level, we are really very proud of the fact that our students come to us saying they want to be at the #1 entrepreneurial MBA school in the country. And what we've done at the graduate school really is how do we sustain this? We are very proud of the fact we're #1. And I'll just give you a quick update on what we've done. At the graduate school level, we offer 53 different courses in entrepreneurship, 8 integrated level courses also in the same subject. But this past 2 weeks ago, we started a Master of Science in Global Entrepreneurship, which is the only program of its kind that I know of in the world. And three universities, Babson College, EM Lyon in France, and Zhejiang University in China, have collaborated thanks to the efforts of many before me, including Professor J.P. Genet. And we have this program where students started in France. They spend about 4 months there. They go on to China, spend another 4 months, and then they come to Babson where they finish up their degree. Similarly, we also have an MS in Technology Entrepreneurship that we've partnered with Tech de Monterrey for the past 3 years. We are now looking to expand that to the rest of Latin America. The point here is we are the #1 school in entrepreneurship. How do we sustain that? By putting together programs that put us in a completely different league when you compare us with other universities. And so what we are going to be doing is essentially executing on these programs, trying to grow our MS programs in entrepreneurship, trying to grow the expertise we have at the MBA level in terms of entrepreneurship, so that, as Dennis and Len have said, this unprecedented ranking is going to become a habit. And after a few years, I think probably they'll say, we'll stop doing it because Babson is going to be #1 anyhow. Right? Isn't that what we want?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that loud enough. Isn't that what we want?
Yes.
Thank you.
James is here with a movie camera. We're going to send this out to alumni and parents and friends this afternoon. So why don't you, can you actually scan that around to the group as they actually give you kind of a collection of fist bumps and at least #1 kind of logos? Okay, go out there. All I can tell you is it sure beats being #2. In this new era where we're actually slicing cake would result in far too many hands involved in the process, in the spirit of the new era and with all of the entrepreneurship that our folks in special events and Sodexo can muster, we have #1 cupcakes that are available for anybody who wants to occupy nutrition. Again, enjoy the patio here. Enjoy the celebration. Enjoy the cupcakes. Get over it and get back to work. Thanks so much.